In Hollywood, it is no small feat to make the move from recording artist to the big screen. But for 15 years, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson has managed to sustain a recording career, a presence in film and television, and build his own massive business empire. And now he's back on the big screen in Southpaw. Let's take a look.
Every time I seen you fight, you climbed in there alone. Every time you bled your blood. When you sat down on that stool and it felt like death and you thought you couldn't get up, but you got up, you did that. You need to get back to that. You want Layla to grow up the way you grew up? You want her in the streets? It's a 3-fight deal, good. Got to get back to doing what we do, man.
From everything I know about your upbringing with boxing, there is a part of me that expected you
as a fighter.
As a fighter.
Yeah, like when the project first came along, I went to meet with Antoine, and Antoine Fuqua is the director of the project. And it was really cool because I got a chance to use the experience that I've had with Floyd, because he's why I went further into the sport of boxing, and just our friendship led me into that area because he asked me to help him, and this is the place that it paid off, because I had to kind of wear a promoter's hat for a little while, and it kind of gave me some experience and just dealing with other promoters that I can utilize those different things. It's a little Don in my character, a little bit of Al Heyman's work, so I get a chance to see different things from me.
I definitely saw the Don aspect. I grew up in Atlantic City, so when I was little, that was his thing. So yeah. I could sort of, but it's so interesting to see from the promoting aspect how your character, and I'm sure this mirrors it in real life in the boxing world, has to be sort of like a support system in a family. But if the money's not there, what are you going to do? Like, you have to pay your bills.
You're right. Like you do got to be able to provide when the fighter's burnt out, like when they finish, because they're going to spend the money. Consistently, that's what they do. So there's nothing in process. They've been fighting, throwing the same jabs, the same hooks, slipping the same punches, and receiving different compensation for it. Like they've been getting $2,500 a fight until they're like 14-0, 15-0, and then they start to get a little more because they start fighting longer rounds in their fights. And the work hasn't stopped. It's still that same hard work that they've been doing, and they've become more and more experienced as they go. But fighters can believe that they have a stronger value than they actually have in the marketplace at the time, because they see a fighter worth so much money that they can't even, fathom it. Like Floyd, $200 million in 36 minutes,
I can't fathom that. I cannot fathom that. And the landscape of the sport has changed so much. Yeah. In the last 15, 20 years. Do you think it could swing back, maybe away from the UFCs, away from the MMAs?
Well, the UFC and MMA is different. They're controlled, because there's one promoter. So, Dana, they're able to make the fight. Mm-hmm. So if there's something that they can see trending, that people want to see these two fighters fight, they'll make that fight right away. I'm not sure if it's the right thing now, because Floyd not making the fight with Manny turned it into a $200 million fight, and something people wanted to see for 5 years.
For so long.
Yeah, and I believe he would have beat him from the very beginning. I wouldn't have wanted to make the fight to begin with. Mm-hmm. And he did. He won. So the choices, the route that we went, marketing, make some people not like Floyd, because we decided to be the money team in the middle of a recession, and not being conscious of everyone else's financial struggle at that point. It's a complete disconnect. It's the opposite of Muhammad Ali. When he was the people's champ and conscious of everything going on socially at the same time.
But at the end of the day, does it matter? I mean, he's still making the $200 million check for him and you guys promoting. Isn't that?
Well, champ would tell you, what a prize fighter fight for, $5. We fight for the prize.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's cool. The reason why they take a note and the pay-per-view numbers is going up at the same time is because people want to see him lose.
That's very, very true. It's such a weird
It works either way. Like
there.
Whether they watch because they love you or they watch because they want to see you lose.
They're still watching.
Yeah, and at the end of the fight, when he wins, they go, it's just good. It's just that good. You know what I mean? They just got away again.